going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Travis and that is my dad. His name is Rick, and today we're working on a 1957 Oldsmobile ROCKET 88. So Dad and me are here this morning. This is actually Paulie's car. He just bought it. Last time it was on the road was in 1992, I believe. It says here on the plate. Let's check it out. Yeah, 1992 was the last time it was registered. So that's it's a good 30 solid years. So before we dig into it, I just want to do a walk around real quick, maybe see what kind of factory options it has. This thing is just too cool. This is right up mine and Dad's alley. We love the 50s. So right off the bat, this car is really straight. Look at that. I don't see a ton of rust on the bottom. Look at that, stainless is in good shape. This looks to be the original paint job because they use this red lead or this red primer on these cars back in the day. They used it on the floors and they used it on the outside of the cars, and you can see this looks factory, appears to be. The chrome is in great shape. And what's really cool about this, check this out. They used to put the dealer tags, actually it was a chrome emblem, Paulie, Tucson. So this has been a local car all its life. You know, Dad and me, we live in Tucson, so the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Look at the way that trunk curves down. That is just wicked. Got these old gas doors, ROCKET 88. Gas neck is missing. What's going on? Let's see if we can get it back down. They had 88s and 98s. The 98s were like Cadillac's Eldorado version. The 98s had all the fancy options, and I think they were a little bit longer in wheelbase. These tail lights, they're all intact. The lenses are there. Bumpers there, trims there. We got some tires with some air in them. We got four doors, which I know some people don't like. Historically, they've been a little less valuable, but I always liked four doors because growing up, having to always lift the front of the seat up to get back in there, four doors have always been where it's at for me. And four doors are for people with friends, so there you go. This door trim right here, so when you open the door and you hit something, it doesn't ding your paint. You know, a lot of cars back in the day had an option for fender skirts, but the way this tier drops back, you don't even need fender skirts with these. Really cool design. Looks like we got keys, which is always good. Let's see if we can get in here and check out what's going on in here. We got some old door panels. Seats practically gone. Got manual seats. Oh, is this the hood emblem? No, this does look like an Oldsmobile hood emblem, but it doesn't look like it's for this car. Oh, you know what? That's the fender hood emblem. It goes on that side. Great shape. Manual seat. Got manual windows. Look at this dash. This is so cool. The 57 dashes were one of my favorites because of the way that dash curves down, and these vents kind of waterfall back. These are actually vents down here. Has a deluxe radio. A lot of the times, you know, radios were quite a bit extra, and they'd just have a delete plate right there, and like a fancy looking delete plate. But this actually has a deluxe radio, courtesy lights right here. And it was also an option to have lights underneath where your feet are, and this one does have them. Again, there would be a delete plate there if they didn't order it with that option. And on either side of this, it's a pretty cool decoy. You have your glove box right here. What's in here? Oh, nothing. And then usually you have an ashtray, yeah, on each side. That's cool. Your Oldsmobile emblem. It appears that this car had factory air conditioning. Look at those air conditioning controls. That is sweet. Off, normal, recirculate. The buttons aren't stuck. I wonder if this works. I would say that somebody was taking care of it. Oh yeah. Usually, since these are all analog, there's a cable in there that actually turns a wheel that moves that, and they're usually stuck, or this will turn and this won't move when the wheels are seized. So the fact that that turns is very cool. And the station selector, yeah, it'll actually move your dial there. It's trying to work. Having a little bit of trouble though, that's okay. This gauge cluster looks like it's out of a spaceship. See how many miles we got. It says 85,673, 85,000 miles. I don't know if that's 185 or 85. Got your generator light, your temperature light, not gauges. I always like seeing gauges, not lights, because they call these dummy lights because by the time it comes on, you're already in trouble. See, we have a delete plate for something here, right? You see how this is painted? It's just a fancy whatever. You have your emergency brake and your brake release. So this was probably a brake light. Sorry, let's focus in here. This must have been a brake light to know when you press the brake down, a light would come on showing you that, hey, your emergency brake's on, you got to turn it off before you can go. And usually there was you'd see a clock in here, and if you didn't see a clock, you'd see a delete plate. I don't see a delete plate for a clock or a clock. So someone let me know if these cars came with clocks. I'm not too sure. She's a little froze up. Ooh. I always love these from this era of cars, these horn rings. I always thought that was really neat. We got our shifter's not stuck. Look at the floors. Isn't that amazing? They're actually there. I don't see any daylight. Floors here, no carpet, but that's not even important. It's the floors you're worried about. And you see what I mean? This red, they would prime these cars with a red kind of primer. This car had wipers. Usually these were all vacuum operated. Doesn't look stuck. This was probably, so this was on off, and this was button is probably for washer fluid to come out. That was an option too. You had to pay extra for that. There'd be a big old glass canister down there. I'll show you if we pop the hood and it's in there, but there'd be a vacuum canister in there. We don't have the bottom half to the back seat, but we have floors. We got horns. Nice. See what's going on in here. Oh, there we go. Wow. Maybe the factory spare? Paulie 4. Yeah, these measurements right here, the way that these are wrote out, 07814. Is this a 14-inch rim? I could have swore they'd had 15s, but anyway, the way these are wrote out, these are bias plies. These are way old, but it's a white wall, so that's cool. A little bit of rust in the trunk, but you know what? Not bad. All right, she's 60 going on 70. She's not bad. I wonder if it has a trunk light. Some cars didn't even have trunk lights back in the day. You'd always see them right around here. A wire comes up through the trunk and around. Oh, there it is. There you go. These had mercury switches in them. These were really neat. My favorite part about this car, though, has to be this situation going on right here. I love this 3 divided body line situation. This was one of the most beautiful styling features, I think. And I'm a Cadillac man. I love my 50s Caddies, but this I love. If I could find the thing. So 1957 through 1960, they had the 371 Oldsmobile ROCKET motor. The 371 was from 1957 to 1960. Before 1957, they had the 324 Oldsmobile motor. They're both great motors. They actually used them in racing back in the day because they ran so smooth. We got factory air conditioning. This is the A6 compressor. This was the first perfected mass-produced car AC compressor that General Motors made, starting sometime in the early 50s. But these things are hogs. They are heavy, but they work. I have one on my 56 Caddy, and they work. Burly as all get out. This is probably, what, a 5-pound, 6-pound system? Oh, 4.75. Okay. Still double or triple what a new car is, but that's sweet. I don't know if that's your receiver dryer, but you have your AC lines, you have your condenser, you have going over here to your evaporator. That might be your expansion valve. And right here appears to be your desiccant. Car had power steering. Got a 4-barrel over here. Doesn't appear to be froze up. Let's see. She's locked up. We got some kind of vacuum diaphragm here. It's Plunger might be, I don't know, for your air conditioning, because the air conditioners back in the day had so much of a load on the motors that when you turned it on, this plunger, it would idle up the motor to handle the extra load from the air conditioner. Belt is missing. We do have the belt that matters, though, that goes on the generator. Not quite an alternator yet in 57. Going down to our fan and harmonic balancer. Let's see if we have any coolant or what. Nothing. What is that, some fixes? Looks like somebody soldered on this tank here. Got hoses, but no hose clamp, so she'll probably leak water a good bit. But anyway, enough looking around. Let's go ahead and see if this engine is locked up or not to know if we can even continue on with our day.
So is he actually on?
No.
Hey. Yeah, it's not. Is it locked? Yeah, it's not locked. Yeah, for sure. Watch your eyes. It's got a window on it for, they switched the distributor caps over to adjust the points. Cadillac had the distributor cap first.
The cap with the window on it.
With the window, so you can adjust the points. And that, with it running, you could set the dwell.
Right. Let me show you guys what Dad's talking about here. This distributor has a window. You can actually lift that up. I've actually done this once or twice. You can lift that window up, and you can actually get in there with an Allen wrench while the car is running and set the dwell for the points. Pretty cool system. Let's go ahead and just see what it does. The worst that can happen is it does nothing. We're kind of at a disadvantage here. Our negative's kind of
wonky.
Yeah.
Is it?
And if we turned it around, the positive would be way over here.
Just undo this bolt. You got vice grips?
Yeah.
And you just vice grip it to that.
Okay.
Me and Darren used to play in it, and we'd get in there and we'd act like the cops were after us. And he'd get his whole body on that steering wheel because he wanted to make sure he got the turn. He'd get up, he'd get his whole body on there. And then he'd get on that steering wheel and ride it.
You never told me you had a 57 Oldsmobile as a kid.
Yeah, we had a 57 Oldsmobile.
You'd play cops and robbers in the car?
Well, they got abandoned at my grandmother's house. We'd get in it and play.
Your mom never drove it?
It outgrew its time. Nothing wrong with it. It was a good car, but it just kind of, I guess, it just outgrew its usefulness. Kind of got that dip, so all your stuff on the dash falls in there and you can't friggin' get it out, huh? We're not getting anything. Headlights?
One.
Oh, okay, well that's a positive sign.
Yeah, one, you're not getting no action? Really? Let me pull the coil wire and see if we got spark. Go ahead. I don't hear anything.
Put your hand down there on it.
I don't want to. So I got my test light hooked to ground. We turn the key on. We're gonna see if the coil's getting power at all, because we're not getting any spark out of the distributor. Shows we're getting power at the coil.
Where's the wire coming off the distributor? Is it broke? Because I'm not seeing it. See, it ain't even, is it gone? Look, is there no wire to the coil?
So I know you guys can't necessarily see it, but I can visibly see on the negative side of the coil the wires ate off by mice. I couldn't see it at first, so we're gonna take the distributor cap off and reconnect the wire from the negative side of the coil to inside the distributor. goodness gracious. I can't, look at this. Can you see inside that carburetor? That ain't good.
What are you talking about?
Look inside that carburetor.
Yeah. Don't pick it off, just leave it alone.
This is the negative side of the coil, and this wire, you see how it's 8 off, and then that wire goes to the distributor. See that, how I'm wiggling it, comes up, and it goes to your points. So that's the wire that we're gonna need to splice.
Can you get that wire up there? All you gotta do is unloosen that wire, because this will slip underneath of it.
So Dad crimped a new wire together, and I'm getting it back on the coil. I noticed when I had the cap off that the points weren't closing all the way, even when it was on the flat side of the lobe. So Dad's trying to unstick the points, and if they won't unstick, we're gonna put a new set of points in it.
Yeah, they're closed now.
Oh, they're closed now?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody's been messing with this adjustment. Yeah, now they're working. All right, so now you ought to be able to turn the key on and flip them, and they should pop.
All right, you guys see that? I think we're getting spark now.
It would like to work, Paulie.
Yeah. They just don't.
Ready?
Yeah. The reason we're having so much trouble cranking, they tightened the positive down on the plastic.
So you see this guy right here? He's an animal. He's the yeah, I'm gonna get.
No. This should go on and off with the points. Go ahead and crank it, Paulie. Okay. Yeah. So these points, they're
crank
always
it again.
on. They're not adjusted right. They're closed now. They just adjusted wrong. These points, these are the ones that came out of there. They don't even look that bad. Okay. Yep. We got it. Our next order of business is to clean this out. Because you can see, I mean, this isn't even good enough to start on. All them rat turds in there, that's a no-go. If you guys like seeing Dad and me work on abandoned cars, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you know when we put a new video out, because we definitely have a lot more abandoned car content coming your guys' way.
Look at that, Paulie.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty dang bad. I think we're good to go. We blew it out best we could, got all that major stuff out of there. So before we go getting all trigger happy, I haven't even checked the oil or the tranny fluid. So let's see what's in here.
I'd say it's got. I hope it has oil in it.
Yeah,
Oil?
it's got oil. Oh, I think it's a quart low.
Yeah, that's enough to start it.
No way.
We can't see.
It's full of tranny fluid.
Is it clear or red?
Oh, it's red. Are you doing the gas pedal?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Okay. Well, I can tell it's trying to get light a little bit.
Get ready to take off. Flood.
Yeah. It came right out the accelerator pump. We knew something was off because we have spark. We're pretty sure we have compression, so we pulled the plugs and they're kind of fouled out a little bit, so we're going to clean them up and put them back in.
Take it out, Paul.
Oh boy, that thing works great. It's like brand new. Check that out. Man, that thing is, I love that. How's that look?
Yeah. You know what? We probably don't have any sand in there.
We cleaned the plugs, we put them back in, we put the plug wires back on, made sure the firing order was right. It's usually a small block is 18436572, but firing order on this is 18736542, so almost hooked them up wrong. So we got them all situated correct. Okay. Come on.
About to go.
Come on. There you go, there you go. There we go. I'm almost out of gas, but go ahead and try it one more time. I poured the rest down there. Just trying to plug my fuel pump in before it quit. I don't see it flooding over anymore, so pump's on. Go ahead and give it a whirl. Okay. popping like that? There you go, now it's straightening out a little bit. Will it idle?
Well,
All right. It's charging. It's actually charging. Yeah, 13.4.
okay.
Wow. Man. Hold on. That accelerator pump ain't doing jack. Hold on, let me look down in the tank. I can hear it succulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and keep filling it.
So why is it popping and backfiring?
Hold on, it's
Run. It needs to probably be wide. It probably needs to set a spark plug.
you got any
Yeah.
you got any hose clamps, Paulie, here? You
Yeah,
got
just
2 hose clamps? 2 radiator size clamps.
Do you want to add more water?
No, it's full.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got
good.
water in there. Now, normally, I don't keep hose water in cars because the minerals in hose water can calcify and block up the passages in the radiator. So we're just doing this just to kind of get it on its feet right now. And there's almost always leaks, so you're just wasting money putting good antifreeze in a car where you know you're going to be fixing leaks and you got to drain it out, and you know what, that stuff's $15 a gallon. So you know, just putting hose water in it for now, and then once you get it straightened out, you can drain it out and put the good stuff in it. Just like already, this radiator hose does not have hose clamps on either side, and it's already dripping out the housing. You know, you would just be wasting good antifreeze. I'm just curious to see if there's any power steering fluid in here. I know there's no belt on it, but you know, would it work if these old power steering pump systems are just burly as all get out. They are just tough as nails. Let's see here. Ooh. I mean, it's pretty dry. Oh well, I just wanted to check it for funsies. She's going. Uh-oh. Transmission's working, seems to be. I don't know how many gears it's got from here, but
Speedometer works.
he said speedometer works. Man, that is cool. Yeah, that carburetor needs a rebuild bad. What the heck is this? Oh. Yeah, maybe it is stop leak, maybe it's oil. I don't know what's going on, but we'll just put the cap on and act like it ain't doing it. Right back where we started.
Rolling real nice.
Man. 1957 Oldsmobile ROCKET 88, 4-door, factory air conditioning, 371, hasn't ran in 30 solid years. Starts, runs, and shifts. Paulie, he has this for sale on eBay. I'll put the link in the description, and I think I'll put it in a pinned comment. I think he's asking 45 or 4,800. He might be a little bit negotiable if you're interested in this car. Paulie and me and my dad want to see it go to someone who will put it back together, who will put it back on the road, because it's such a complete car. You know, I mean, there's no reason to knock it in the head and tear it apart and use it for parts and all that. Just drive it as is and do the basic maintenance. You already know what it needs. It needs a carb rebuild kit, it needs hoses, it needs belts, it needs the brakes done, but they all do. They all do. You're never going to escape it. Nothing has been touched, nothing has been robbed on this car. It's very solid, the floors are there, and it's got some rust spots, I think, in the trunk, but really nothing significant. I mean, it's an Arizona car. So this is the last video I'm putting out before Christmas. Just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and God bless you. Thank you for watching. From my dad and me, we really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, like, drop a comment down below, leave some feedback. I always read the comments. I'm always reading feedback, good and bad, whatever you have to offer, because I'm trying to make the best content for you guys to watch. I'm trying to really get better at my editing skills, my audio, all that stuff. But I got to clean up all my tools and get out of here, so we'll see you guys in the next episode.